Hello all, a very warm welcome. In today's video, we will discuss about list, a very simple but a very useful data structure. I'll create a playlist with different data structures in Python. It is a very important topic and you would certainly be tested on this topic. So we'll try to strengthen our concepts. And once we are done with the basics, in the last video in this series, I'll discuss some of the questions, some of the tricky questions interviewers can ask. Okay, so this is the agenda. I have just fired up a Colab notebook, and what I'll do is I'll keep updating this notebook and I'll keep it in my GitHub. So this is the agenda. What is a list? How do you create a list, how to get length of a list, how to add elements in list, how to select elements in a list, how to remove, how to sort, how to do min max sum, how to access list with indexes, how to access list with loop, and we can always do join and split on list. So let's go step by step and perform all the basic operations. Okay. So first of all, what is a list? So list is ordered collection of items. By ordered, we can say that you can put elements in sequence. For example, let's take an example of this list. We can create a list and it has to be surrounded by square brackets, and inside that you can start entering elements. Okay, so for example, this is a car brands list and I have entered 3 elements or 3 brands in it. So it will create a list. If you go and check the type, you will see list. Okay, now we have created a list. Now how to get length of a list? It's simple. You can use len function and you will see 3. Okay, now how to access elements in a list? So Python starts with 0 index. So at 0 index is Toyota value, at 1 index Honda, and at 2 index Nissan is there. So let's try to retrieve index 2. We'll get Nissan 0 1 2, and it also supports negative indexing. So if you want to see the last element in the list, all you have to do is -1. Okay, good. Now let's say we want to slice the list and only get the first element and second element, or the values at index 1 and 2. Then you can do car brands. You can start with index 1 and you can go until end. Then you need not specify anything, so you'll get Honda and Nissan. You can also specify 1 and 3. Why 3? Because the value present here is not included, so it will be 1 and 2 index we are slicing. Okay, so Honda and Nissan is written. Let's go to next item on our agenda, that is how to add elements in list. So there are 2 methods and used for different purposes. One is you can always say that, okay, index 4, I will say enter Renault. Okay, so it says index out of range because the 4th index is not defined. So how can I add? I can do dot append and I can enter a element. It's going to append or add that element at the end of the list. So if I go and check this element, Okay, here it is at the end. Now append is used for one element at a time, but we may need to add several elements. In that case you can use extend, which will be very useful if you want to add multiple elements in a list. So I will add say BMW, I will add say Audi, I'll add Mercedes, and let's check. Okay, okay, the error says extend takes exactly one argument, whereas I gave 3 elements, so instead I need to provide a list. Okay, and if I check car brands now, it is going to be it will have all the 3 elements at the end: BMW, Audi and Mercedes. Okay, so we checked append and extend. We also checked the slicing. Now let's see how to remove elements from the list. So let's say I want to remove BMW. So I have remove and pop option. I also have del option. We will go one by one. So let's check remove option. Remove, you have to specify what do you want to remove. Let me comment it out. Car branch dot remove BMW. Let's check if BMW is removed or not. Okay, BMW is removed. So all you have to do is give the value or the element value which you want to remove. Whereas if you do pop, it will return the value. So let's say you want to pop the first element. So my bad, I have to give. Okay, so the Toyota is returned, and it is kind of popped out of the list, and if you see car brands, Toyota is no more there. Let's check del. In del you have to specify the index. So if you want to remove say Renault, which is at index number 2, you can specify that, and if you check, now Renault is no more there. Okay, so we learned how to remove elements from the list. Now let's go and check next item on our agenda, which is how to sort list. We have 2 options here, so let's quickly jump to that. Simple, all you have to do is car branch dot sort. If you do that, by default it's ascending, so all the elements will be sorted in alphabetical ascending order. So Audi, Honda, Mercedes and Nissan. You can also sort it with reverse equal to true parameter, which will sort it in descending order. So if you check this, okay, so it is sorted in descending order. Now I can also do this using reverse. If I check that, so actually I had already sorted in reverse order, and once again I sorted in reverse order, so it is now what it used to be, or in the original order. Okay, so we learned sort, reverse. Let's see what else do we have. We have min, max, sum. Generally this is performed on, or it will be only performed on numbers. So we'll quickly create a number list and do that. So let me create a number list. Okay, let me just put some random numbers. So okay, I can always do min of this. I can also do max. I can also take sum of this list. If you want to take if you want to get the mean, simple, sum of this divided by length of some list, and you will get the mean. Okay, let's see how can we access all the elements in a list. That's simple. You can do for loop and just print, right, the iterator variable. If you will print, it is going to print every element on a new line. Why? Because in the print the end character is carry as return by default. You can change it to say space, and when you will do it, or it will be separated by space. You can also separate it with comma. Okay. Now you can also print the index. Pool enumerate function. Let me do enumerate of car brands. If I do print, my bad, tx comma well, I will see all the indexes as well as the element values. Now here the index starts with 0. If you want it to start with 1, you can give this parameter, and here we see a cool way to check document string in a Jupyter notebook, or even in Colab. Colab is just Jupyter notebook on cloud, so you can do question mark before that, and you can see the help documentation. Okay, let's see what else we have. Okay, we have one last thing remaining, join and splits. Let's say I have a string 1 which says data science is a very interesting field. Okay, so it has multiple words in this sentence, and each and every word is separated by space. So you can always do string1 dot split, and you can have a separator as space. If you do that, it will return a list with all the words. And let's say you want to you can assign this to say string list. So now the string list will be a list type. Sorry, let me do it again. I think I have accidentally copied enter. Anyways, so this list, if I check this, it will have all the words. Now I can always join them together. How? Let's say I want to join them, and the separator should be space. Let's see. So you see it joined all the elements of the list into one string separated by space. So that's all for now. In subsequent videos I'll add some more features. We'll also understand list comprehensions, and you should be prepared for tricky questions on data structure. For example, can list have multiple data types or elements of multiple data types? It can, certainly. For example, this is the list A. I can have a number 1, But can I sort it? Certainly not. If I go ahead and try to sort it, it's going to throw error. Why? Because this less than is not supported between instances of int and string. There is one element of type integer while another is of type string. So that's all guys. Thank you. Stay tuned for the next video and please post your questions as comments. Thank you.